Hi there, welcome to Live Streams. We're so glad you joined us. My name is Kirsty. I'm here with Pastor Tom. Pastor Tom is my dad, and we just come together during these segments to talk about life and ministry and God and exciting stories and experiences that my dad's had, and it's been great fun.
It's been good fun, and it's what's good about it, Kirsty, is God creates these amazing times. It's all about Him. So our hope has been that through these stories that we glorify God. Amen. And not bring any attention to ourselves, but that we actually we glorify Him, and encourage you that if God can do some amazing things through you and bring you into encounters which will just bless you as much as it's blessed me and Kirsty.
Amen. Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah.
So today we're actually speaking about, it's an amazing story about Nelson Mandela.
Yes.
Which I'm sure many of you know who he is. So tell me, Dad, tell me about this amazing story that you have.
Yeah, this is an amazing story. I don't tell it very much. But I was invited. In fact, my elder son, David, was with me. I was invited to Cape Town, and I had been doing some work in Johannesburg, but we flew down to Cape Town, and I was invited. It was a midweek, meeting.
Okay.
And the pastor was a denominational pastor who owned a radio station, and so he invited me, and it was midweek meeting. We went into this meeting, and it was amazing. It was packed. They were standing out the door.
Oh wow!
Mostly young musicians and stuff. It was great.
Yeah.
So he said to us, Tom, he said, I'd like to show you around, and after the meeting, and he showed us his radio station, and he says it's mostly young people that man it. He says, I just do one segment on a Sunday morning, I preach. He says, but I've trained up all these young people, and they actually run
the station.
The station, and I said, that is wonderful, So anyway, he said, we would love you and David to come and have a meal with my wife and I to your home after the meeting. So we were keen, and we went along, and he says, Tom, I want to tell you a remarkable story. And I don't know how we got on this subject of Nelson Mandela, but he said, I get this phone call from the presidential offices of Mr. Mandela.
Okay.
And I was invited to come and see the president. And he says, I thought it was a bit of a joke,
Yeah. Yeah. Because I mean, everyone would love to meet Nelson Mandela. When he gets the call, he probably thinks, "Oh yeah, whatever," as if how would he know about me, kind of thing. Right?
Right. That's right. So he gets the invitation, a formal invitation, and I think he said from memory that they would come and pick him up and take him. So it was like, wow. This is for real kind of thing,
Right, yeah.
And he's a very humble man, this guy. I just forget his name, but very humble man. And so anyway, he goes to the presidential offices, and he doesn't know what to expect, because he had never made any contact with President Mandela.
Right.
Nothing at all.
Yeah.
So
he's basically just minding his own business, preaching on the radio once a week.
Once a week.
And had he been doing that for years, though, right?
Many years he'd been doing that. Many years. So when he gets ushered in to see the President Mandela comes up to him, and he goes like this to him. He said, "You're my pastor." This was his opening words. He says, "You're my pastor." Wow. And the guy was astounded. And President Mandela said, "I've been listening to you for years. When I was in prison, I would tune in and I would listen to you preaching every Sunday."
Oh my goodness.
And he says, this was the most humbling thing. He says, he knelt down, President Mandela knelt down and said, "Would you pray for me?"
Oh my gosh.
And so here was this humble pastor, not a big church, denominational work, who had been faithfully preaching every Sunday. And little did he know that his ministry would have touched this man in prison.
Wow.
And so he says it was the most humbling experience that anybody could ever have to see the transformation that was in President Mandela as president then. So obviously he had an encounter with God.
Yeah, definitely.
And, you know, I believe it was through that man's ministry.
So that was an incredible story. I mean, I guess it just goes to show that you never know when you're busy working away on what God has given you to do, faithfully doing it year after year. You don't really know what the impact will be, I guess.
You don't.
And
you just have to be faithful, right?
Yeah.
Because you don't know who you're impacting.
It's incredible. He would never have thought that someone like Nelson Mandela was listening.
I know. You'd never have thought that.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Wow, what an incredible story.
It is an incredible story.
So thanks for joining us. We hope that you enjoyed this segment and have a blessed week. We'll see you soon.
Bless
Bye.
you.